Hey guys, Natasha Tessier here. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. I would love to get to know you. Please hit that subscribe button and send a comment and tell me where you're from. I have so many people watching and I would just love to know where you're from, what your timeline's like. Please feel free to reach out anytime, days, nights, weekends. We are always here to help you. I do not have a huge team. It's really just me and two of my assistants. And all we do is help people relocate to the Houston area. So reach out anytime. Today, I wanted to go over the pros and cons of new construction versus purchasing a pre-owned home in the city of Houston. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Okay, so today I have a lot of people that come in, they don't know if they want new construction, they don't know if they want pre-owned. So I kind of went through and made a list of all the pros and cons of both, and I thought I'd go over because there really are a lot of big differences between the two. So let me get started on that. So we're gonna start with new construction. Okay, so the first thing I would say, the best part about most new construction for me is all the amenities. So they're newer neighborhoods, mostly in master plan communities. So within these master plan communities, you're gonna have things like neighborhood pools. And they used to have neighborhood pools back in the day, but it was just a tiny neighborhood pool. So like some of our older neighborhoods, Westwood is one that I'm thinking of, it's just a little pool in a park. But these new neighborhoods, they have lazy rivers, they have splash pads, they have water slides, they have everything you'd ever want, really like a resort style pool for the kids. So that is one of the huge pros, along with dog parks. If you have a dog, a lot of parks around the neighborhood that kids can play on, walking paths where you can walk all through the neighborhood. That's one thing I used to love about living in Wood Forest, is the trees were shaded. I could walk in the mornings in the heat of the summer and still be okay. Now I live in an acreage neighborhood and we don't have walking trails. So all those amenities that come with a new construction, newer neighborhood is definitely a pro. Okay, so the next pro to living with new construction and building a new construction, a lot of times like in Audubon or Bridgeland, they get the elementary school and sometimes even the junior high within the neighborhood. So back in the day, most schools were never built in the neighborhood, so you're driving to the school. A lot of the new construction now have the elementary school right in the neighborhood. You walk your kids to school, they ride their bikes. Very cool concept, and a lot of things that people love about the new construction master plan communities. Now, that's not every new construction, obviously, but the bigger ones like Audubon, Bridgeland, some of those have the elementary school in the neighborhood. And like I said, sometimes the junior high. Another pro that I was thinking is there's a lot of established neighborhoods. People have been in them 20 years. With new construction, everybody's new within the past few years. And it tends to kind of bring the same people in. So for example, Woodland Hills is 70% of them are over 55. So a lot of retiring people are moving out there. So it's really easy to meet people. And if you're in Texas, it's very easy to meet people because everybody here is super friendly. So you can go in to your neighborhood and have people who, like for example, one of my clients moved into Wood Forest. She had 4 kids in elementary school and she literally had 10 kids on her doorstep the first weekend trying to get the kids to come out and play. So easy way to plug in. Others, like I said, in Woodland Hills, retired, all of a sudden they're playing tennis or pickleball together or whatever. They're doing classes at the community center that cater to that. So all the neighbors are new. You're not moving into a 20-year-old neighborhood where people have been there forever and kind of know each other. You're not kind of the new kid on the block. Other great thing about new construction is the financing deals. So a lot of these builders with new construction are able to give us financing deals. So a rate buy down, money towards closing costs, all those things. Now, here's my warning. A lot of times a builder will say, yes, we're offering $10,000 towards closing costs. Well, then you get your fee sheet, and it says, oh, $15,000 for, the rate buy down. Well, any lender can buy down a rate. It's just what the prime is at and then buying it down. So any lender can buy down a rate. That's easy. So you really have to look at the fine lines. I always tell everybody, let's look at 2 lenders. Let's look at the builder's lender. And I have several great lenders that will say to you, hey, that's a really good deal. I think you should go for it. Or look at this fee they're charging you. We would be, $300 less a month or whatever that is. But they do offer, because a lot of times the builders will buy those loans in bulk. And there's a lot of times that the builder's lender can't be beat by a regular lender. So the financing deals that you can get with new construction can be great. To add to that, right now I see some 4.99, some 5.99, some really great rates to get people down 1, 2, 3 buy downs, for the first year, the second year, the third year, and then it remains at a certain percentage. So there's all sorts of things that you can do to buy down your rate, and the builder and builder's lender can help you. Okay, another positive or pro to new construction is going to be that it's energy efficient. So they have all the latest and greatest. Now, not all of them do spray foam, but a lot of them do. All of them are going to have double pane windows. They're all going to be up to code. So if you buy a 30-year-old home here, there's going to be a lot of things like GFCI that were not at code when that home was built. However, the codes change every year. Some of the codes are annoying and some are great. So everything's going to be more energy efficient and help you, your electricity bills and stuff, they'll be more energy efficient. So that kind of some of the pros that I came up with new construction. And now I'm going to go into the pros of buying pre-owned, and then I think you'll understand kind of the difference. So one of the pros of a pre-owned home is the mature landscaping. Some of the tall trees. There are developers out there that are keeping as many trees as possible. Like in Audubon and in Wood Forest, they're keeping as many trees as possible. So that really, helps. But there are other neighborhoods where they go in and they just take down, they keep the surrounding trees, but for the houses, they take down every single tree. So then you have newly planted trees that will grow over time, but it's not going to be mature landscaping where you have tall trees and very established landscaping. Another pro to a pre-owned house is when you buy new construction, they do a basic landscape plan. Now, you have to be careful. Some of the lower end builders, everybody thinks, oh, well, they're giving me such a good deal. Well, they don't landscape your yard, or they don't put sod in the back, or they don't add sprinklers. Okay, we live in Texas. It is hot. Do you want to manually water your lawn every single day all summer long? That is a pain. So a lot of times, you get that basic plan with new construction, but if somebody's lived in a house, a lot of people will add to their landscaping. They'll add flower beds, they'll add trees to screen neighbors, whatever. So when you buy pre-owned, you're going to have more mature landscaping and probably some addition to it. Another thing is window treatment. So when you move into a new house, unless we're able to negotiate that into the deal, you're not going to have window treatments. You're not going to have blinds or curtains or whatever. When you buy pre-owned, all of those are kind of measured for the windows and done for you. You can move in. There are times that I'm able to negotiate window treatments in like the bedrooms, but not always. Some builders don't even offer it. But if they do, I can usually get them to add it. So something to think about when you're negotiating. Other things are like upgrades done by previous owners. So they might have gone through in the Woodlands and done all new double pane windows, or, added spray foam to the attic, or, remodeled the kitchen, remodeled the bathroom. So any upgrades they've done, obviously great. Another great thing about a pre-owned house is the pool. You will not get a pool with new construction unless we are building a custom home together. Now, I've built a custom home. I did the pool in both custom homes that I've actually 3 now custom homes that I've built. So yes, you can, add a pool in a custom home, but all the other tract homes, all the other master plan, they do not touch pools at all. You have to be careful when you're buying, because we have utility easements and build lines and things like that on surveys. So you think your backyard's huge, but 10 feet of it is taken up by a utility easement and you can't build there. So please be careful, get a realtor who knows what they're doing and can help you look at the survey and make sure if you want to put in a pool that you can. There's not usually restrictions in neighborhoods, it's more of a size issue, and can that pool be put in there with the easements around the lot. A lot of times in new construction, you'll have 5-foot easements on either side of your lot, so you just have to make sure a pool can fit. But a pro of buying pre-owned is a lot of people have already taken that hit and put in the pool and they're selling it with the house. A pool right now, I would say here is without a hot tub, maybe 80,000, and then with a hot tub and decking, maybe over 100 up to 125, depending on how fancy you get. So that's a big expense, and they're not going to get all that back when they put that in. They might get like, an appraiser might give them 50,000 for the pool. So keep that in mind. However, when you resale and you have that pool, it usually tends to go faster because everybody wants a pool here. Okay, another pro is probably gonna be lower taxes. So if you go into a neighborhood that is older, we built in a 20-year-old neighborhood, our tax rate is 1.5. That's really hard to find in the new construction neighborhoods. A lot of them are, well, like Wood Forest is mid twos, and a lot of them are up over 3. So if taxes are a big deal to you, older neighborhoods might want to be where you go. Like the Woodlands, they don't have an HOA if you're in the township, and most of their tax rates are right around 2%. They might be 1.9 or 2.1, but right around 2%. That's going to save you annually. So if that's a big deal to you, then you might want to go to a more established neighborhood. Okay, another pro of buying pre-owned is they tend to have a lot more charm and character to them. A lot of our, again, if you're building custom, we can do whatever you want. I had an architect, I helped design my house. It's very different and unique, kind of French country-ish. But if you are going to build with Dries or Perry or Highland or David Weekley or Weston, when you go to those neighborhoods, a lot of the homes look alike. They are kind of changing it up a little bit. Like Audubon has a little bit more of a modern flair, which I think is cool, but they do kind of all have similar looks, similar colors. They're all mostly brick or stone. You know, there's not a lot of variety. So if you're one of those people that loves charm and something really different, you might want to go for an older home. The Woodlands, they all look different. So just keep that in mind when you're looking. Okay, another thing to think about is when you buy a pre-owned home, you already know what's around you. So you know that there's not a freeway that's gonna go through or a road. I have one client that they found out several years later, there's a road going through basically their backyard. It's a newer community, probably within the past 5 years, and they've decided to make access to the stadium back there. So that is a tough thing to realize, you know, if you buy a new construction, because you don't necessarily know what's going in next. Now, if you're at the tail end of that new construction, that can be different. But if you are not, you know, you need to know that what is coming around the corner. Some of the neighborhoods are getting, you know, a gas station right outside the neighborhood. Some people have, you know, where they put a freeway, you know, and they claim that the state can claim eminent domain that we need your property to put this freeway over. I had this happen to a friend and they got reimbursed, but, you know, now they have a freeway in their backyard. So knowing what is established, what is around you, what the neighbors are going to look like, whose house is what, how things are run is one of the pros of buying pre-owned because there's no surprises. So those are more of the pros. And then I think you can see the cons of the other side. I hope that this was helpful. Please reach out anytime, days, nights, weekends. I'm always here to help you. If you have a topic you want me to cover, please comment below. I would love to help you, and I hope you have a blessed day.